on.
Hey
guys.
Welcome. We're back. How's everyone doing? Hope you had a fabulous week.
We did, huh?
We did.
Yeah.
I had a great week.
So
a great
much fun.
weekend. It was good. So here we are today. We had a fabulous zone session, just barely. So we're back to talk about what happens in here.
That's right.
In here, and in here.
That's right. I love it. Today we did a meditation, didn't we? We'll have to do one of those in here sometime.
Yes, we are. We're going to do
It's
one.
incredible.
And it's so much more helpful to me
Yes.
to have it guided.
Yes.
And I've tried guided ones before, like you can find them anywhere,
Yeah.
YouTube, whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's just, I don't know. I love the way you do them. Like
Thank you.
Your guided meditations just get me there. They just
Thank
they're
you so
good.
much.
So good. You're so good at what you do.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Love
I love what I do, and I'm so grateful we're doing this podcast.
I know, me too. I'm so excited. I think about it and I just get so excited that we're doing it.
It's so fun. It's
Yeah.
so fun.
Okay, so today, as we've kind of talked, we decided that we kind of want to talk about, give you some tools, some more tools. We gave you one last time. Give you another one that helps in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I have a super active brain, which I didn't realize until you kind of talked to me. She's very knowledgeable. She talked to me about ADHD brains, OCD brains, the different types of brains. So maybe talk about that a little bit. Maybe explain that, and maybe that'll help women, anybody out there who maybe has an overactive brain.
Yeah, just really.
And doesn't even realize it.
Exactly. And they're just like, why does my brain say so much all the time?
Yes.
So here's basically the brain. Our brain is a thinking machine, and it's there. Our brain is here to protect us.
Mhm.
It's keeping us safe. It's trying to serve us that way.
That's one of the things that you taught me that I was like, oh, that is true. So maybe go into that, like,
Yeah.
explain that, because back in the day,
Yeah.
we did have to be literally protected.
We were in danger. Yeah. Back in the day, we had a lot
Cavemen.
of danger. Cavemen.
Yeah.
So we needed this protection. So our brain helps us to maneuver in our autonomic nervous system from fight or flight or freeze to rest and digest. Fight or flight or freeze is when we are in danger, physical danger. And so all kinds of things happen to our body. We'll go into that in one of our podcasts.
Yes.
It's really cool. To help it to be in a state where we're basically not really using our frontal lobe, right? We don't need that reasoning, and we just need immediate, how do I get out of danger?
Yeah.
And our body goes into that. Cortisone drops in, and all of those adrenal, all the things that drop in to give us extra power and strength.
Yeah.
Other things shut down, digestion, all of that stuff, so that we have strength to run from the animal.
Yeah.
Or,
Whatever you need to do.
and we just don't have those kind of troubles as much now, that kind of danger. So our brain trying to help serve us now is getting into our psyche with, oh, she looked at me weird. I'm not safe anymore.
Yes.
Oh, they don't like me. They're talking about me, or, all kinds of things like that.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So the brain will have as many as 6,000 to 600,000 thoughts per day. Someone with ADHD or OCD, someone with a more active brain will be on that higher end. Someone who's more chill, doesn't have, you're in their presence and you're just like, you're chill, because they're chill.
Yeah.
Do you know those people that kind of have that energy about them?
Uh-huh.
And they're kind of go with the flow.
Yes.
And they're not questioning everything. Their brain might be on the lower end of that.
Yes.
Okay? But it's just trying to protect us.
Yeah.
Brain is trying to serve us, and our brain will try to prove true whatever we believe.
Whatever we believe.
Even if it's a lie.
We say,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that you have taught me that I have found is so true. What you say or what you actually believe, your brain will find the evidence for it.
Always find the evidence. And our brain will rewrite the past even to find the evidence.
Yes.
To support how we feel in this very moment.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, because you told me that, like, because I don't know all the numbers. You know numbers better than I do. But, like, we only remember, like, literally what, like, maybe 20% of what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also from our perspective.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. We literally, when we look back to our past to remember it, we fill in so many gaps.
Yeah.
At best 50%.
Yeah.
And probably much less than that.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the cool thing we talked about last time about having a spirit inside of our body, or an essence.
Yeah.
So if this is new to you, the idea that there's, a body and then a spirit inside the body, just go with the flow of this for just a minute to see if it rings true and resonates. The idea here is that the spirit was here before it came to the body, whatever it did before that. Who knows, right?
We don't know.
We have some theories, but we're not even going to go into those.
Yeah.
But, and then now it's in our body, and then when our body dies, our spirit goes and does something else, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I feel like you can tell. If you've ever been to a funeral, if you've ever seen somebody like that, or been with someone as they pass on, I think you can kind of feel that. You can feel that there is something
more that happens.
Yeah, the spirit leaves the body, and I feel like when the body just doesn't look the same because they're not there anymore.
Yes.
So
I know. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
We just had someone pass in our family, my husband's father, and like I feel him hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Like so I feel his body's not there, but I feel him. So
yeah,
I feel like you can just feel that.
Yeah, they still. I feel like they're still around. They're still with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if this is a new concept, or you're like, I don't know, just see how it feels. Just see how it resonates. But if it does at all resonate, this next part will make so much sense to you. And if it doesn't resonate, think about this next part in this lens, just to see how powerful it is.
Yeah.
It's powerful. So we are not our brain then. Our spirit is in our body, and our brain is our body. So
we're two separate things that have come together.
Okay, so now think about that. So we're not our brain, which means we're not our thoughts. This is one of the most empowering statements you will ever hear in your life. We are not our thoughts. Oh, so especially for someone, she has ADHD.
Yeah.
And for someone who has a very active brain, all kinds of things are going on. And if you're feeling stressed because there's a big event coming up or whatever, it's even busier. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah. I'm one that has the lists in my brain of all the things. List.
Yeah.
All of them. Like so many that I forget.
Yeah.
You know.
So now she can look at this, and we're going to do 2 more steps of this. It's so empowering. She can look at her thoughts. She can observe them from her spirit, right? Just observe the thoughts instead of, oh, you know, this,
instead
go this way.
Grasping every thought that comes into your mind and holding on to it.
Yeah. You can pick and choose. Yeah.
That was, to me, that was almost like mind blowing.
Yeah.
When you were, you said, you don't have to, what is the word you used?
Embrace.
You don't have to embrace every thought that comes in.
Yeah.
You can observe it and just say, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a great thought.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Way.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Thank you. Yeah.
We can choose that?
Yeah. It's powerful.
It is.
And it's powerful. You can just say, oh, that's an interesting thought. Especially if it's an intrusive thought, which we all have intrusive thoughts from time to time, but especially OCD brains do. Like really, like, whoa, are you kidding? Like freaky thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just go, oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And again, not embracing, oh, you know, my dad doesn't love me anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Or something big like that. Like it's this
yeah.
intrusive thought that comes in, or like, I won't even give you examples because they can be crazy.
They can be.
But you can just go, oh, that's a good one. But you always have that choice to embrace the thought or not. Okay, then this brings us to our feelings, right? We kind of say brain up here, feelings in the heart kind of thing. This is powerful. This is also part of our body, the heart, how we feel. This is also not who we are. We are not our feelings. The reason why we know this, you're like, no, I have to be my feelings, right?
Yeah.
No, because our feelings change all the time based on what we're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
based on the thoughts we embrace. So this is very empowering to realize today I'm feeling upset at someone, or, you know, it's really sad. That's not who I am. It's just a feeling I have.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to pass.
It will pass. And and we do tools, and we're going to do them later in the podcast, of how to question the lies, and then we can really figure out which thoughts to embrace.
Yes.
We can, there's a way we can check it within our body to know if it's true or a lie.
Yeah.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the second. And the third is when we think something, we embrace, then we feel it. It leads to actions, right? So then we do something. Okay, and so we are also not what we do. Powerful. It's so powerful, because if you did something you regret, we don't even believe in regrets here, and we'll talk about that too, because it's just part of the journey. We're going to learn and grow.
Yep.
But if we do something and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm a loser, I just .
Uh-huh.
No. You're not a loser.
No.
You're the spirit that is magnificent, that chose to do something that was
Not best.
not the best, maybe even terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible choice. And you did something that was terrible. You're not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is not who you are.
Yeah.
Then I'll have the last one, which is in the same kind of thing, but it's not with the body. We are not what we have either. That's really important to realize.
Yes.
Like nice house, nice car, all those things. We
Job,
just have them.
yeah.
Yes, the title. I'm a mom right now. It's not who I am though. I am a mother and I love being a mom, but it's not who
That does not
I
define
am.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those things can change. Like, what if someone's a mom and her children all die in a accident? It's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say. But
I would say you're still a mom personally.
I would too, because it's an eternal concept.
Yes.
But still, the same thing. If you had your whole identity wrapped up in
that.
the mothering skills and what you're doing, you would just be lost.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's.
Or if it was wrapped up in your job title.
Exactly.
And
you
you're
lost
a doctor
your job.
and your arms are gone.
Yeah.
And you can't work anymore. But that was who you were.
That's
then,
so
yeah,
when you really recognize this essence within us, that spirit within us, has nothing to do with those things. They're here, they're part of the journey, but they're not who we are.
Yes.
So I would say, who are you?
You want me to answer? Oh man.
Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about who we are.
She's really good at this. I'm still learning.
I'm just going to say it this way, and then she's amazing at it too. I'm going to just say it this way. We all have our own meanings we attach to this. Yeah. So if you believe in a God or Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, all of that stuff, you might say, I am divine. I have God in me. Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if you don't, that's totally fine. And you just feel like, you know what? There is a higher power. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
That created me. Well, there's a higher power then, right?
Yeah. Whatever your higher power.
If a higher power created me, holy cow.
Yeah.
I must be pretty cool. So,
yeah.
Right? So then you can say, I am magnificent.
Yeah.
It's
true.
And it's true.
It's true.
It's true. And so where you're coming from, wherever your belief system is coming from, I believe every one of us, we are good inside. That's a good book to read, by the way, called Good Inside. For parenting. But everyone can read it. But we do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And some people do really bad things and they're in prison for really bad things, but they are good inside. So if that rings true and resonates with you, then you know you're good inside.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember when we first talked about that, and you were like, and Hitler's inherently, I was like,
he's good inside.
Wait a minute.
He made some really bad choices and I weep over those choices he made.
Yeah.
I don't look at that lightly and go, oh yeah, but I know that he did what he thought was the right thing from wherever he was coming from, which I can't relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a good example because it's such a drastic one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
how do these tools help you when you know you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, and you're not your actions? Because you have grown to value yourself and have more self-love. And when you first came, there was very little, if any. Yeah.
It was even hard to, when I first came, because I was saying, I know you're supposed to, like, people talk about doing affirmations. And I told her, I cannot stand in front of the mirror and say these things over and over again because even that feels like a lie. Like, I'm not saying it to anyone else. I'm standing in the mirror saying it to myself, but I can't even do that because it feels like a lie.
Yep.
Exactly. I can't. It doesn't even feel true. And she was like, hey, we got to do other work before that. Yeah. There's work before that.
Yeah. So there is work before the affirmations.
Yeah.
And when you do the work, the affirmations work.
It works.
And they work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You have to do the work to find the truth.
Yeah.
And believe the truth, and it sets you free, and then you can lift your vibration by saying, I'm magnificent. I'm enough. You can start at any level. We did that at first for you. Yes. I'm enough.
Yeah.
I'm doing enough.
Yeah.
And the do-do list helped.
The do-do list helped
a lot. Yeah.
A lot. And so for me, because she gave me some tools and some of them I couldn't either grasp or do them, but then I found some that finally, that resonated with me. That's and that right. I was like, oh, that's it. That one works for me. It rings true. I'm drawing a blank here.
Yeah, you're good.
But so we talked about the brain.
Yeah.
And so we separated that from,
It's not who you are.
it's not who I am, and I don't have to embrace those, but it still was, because it's so,
It was loud.
My brain is so loud and busy.
Yeah.
But because it was so, what's the word? It just happens automatic.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Automatic.
so just ingrained in me. Like, that's just how my thoughts were. So I had to figure out something that I could remember to do and do it constantly, to learn, to change
to condition your brain.
Yes.
We rewire the brain when we find the truth. So the brain goes, oh, wow, that's true. And then that's what she did in here. And then she went home and practiced it.
I'm still doing.
And she still, and we all do it. Till
Oh,
the
yeah.
day
Oh,
we
yeah.
die, truly.
Oh, yeah.
But these transformations come from conditioning the brain.
Yeah.
So the rewiring of the brain, there's the deep pathway of what we've been doing, and then the new one that's the truth.
Yeah.
And we just have to keep, I would say, look for the opportunities. Look
Yeah.
for an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's
You
something
do.
that's hard.
Yeah.
And then go and do it. And practice it and practice. She comes back in a week, and will we celebrate the wins during the week?
That has also been super helpful, because I came once and I said, I was thinking, I keep thinking every time I'm coming here, okay, what do I need to fix? What needs to fix? What went wrong? And I thought, no, I have to stop thinking about all the things that are going wrong and think about the things that have been going right, the things that I'm changing. And so, she's like, celebrate the wins. Text me, whatever you have to do, like celebrate them. And so she's been my celebrator.
Yes, because
any
what
of
we
those.
focus on grows.
Yes.
And so if we are going to focus on the miracles around us, we'll leave this thing. We can talk some more, but this is a really great thing to finish on, right? Which is, if we focus on the miracles, the gifts, the beautiful things in our life, if that's where we focus, we feel gratitude.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah.
It's amazing how it grows.
Mm-hmm.
If we focus on what we don't do, what didn't happen, what
Mhm.
isn't happening,
That's
what grows.
That's what grows. That's
And
where our focus is.
It's where focus, and I have this short story of a gal that was really struggling, really seeing all the bad, right? And she was hard on herself too. And she came over for a session, and she was like, early on in our sessions, and she said, oh, you won't believe what happened yesterday. My son was hanging out with some friends. They were in a truck, and he was in the back of the truck. What's that called? The bed things. And they were driving around in some parking lot, and he was in the back, and he fell out of it. And he hit his head. They went to the hospital, and he had a concussion. And she goes, this is what she said. She said, this stuff just happens to us. He has a concussion, and now da-da-da. And why does this happen to us? It's just always, this kind of stuff always happens to us. And I looked at her, and I said, you are focusing on that he fell out, and this always happens to you. And I said, but what if you focused on, oh my gosh, my son could be dead now. My son could have been paralyzed from this, broken a neck.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, he's alive. He has a concussion. That's it.
That is all. We're so blessed.
It's all in how she looked in it. What did she focus on? See?
Yeah.
And when her brain goes crazy with, oh, this always happens to me, da-da-da.
Yeah, and it starts listing off all the bad, all the negative.
You're going to prove it to be true. It always happens to me.
Does. Yep. And I love, too, that because you taught me that, and I have been able to take these tools home and help my kids or anybody who I see who is talking that way. I mean, my daughter one time just recently had said, like, I think she was on her longboard and her phone fell out of her pocket and her phone shattered, but it was like not just shattered, like it was broken. We had, and she was like so upset, and she's like, everything is just going wrong in my life right now. My life is falling apart. I'm like, well, first of all, you're 13. I don't think it's that bad, but I was able to sit with her and talk and say, but listen, I understand that that's not the best thing, and maybe you're not happy about it, but if you sit and focus and just say everything bad is happening, that's all you're going to see. So I was able to take some of these tools and use them with my kids and help them to hopefully focus on the light and the good things, and to help bring them up when they're feeling down.
Yes.
Hopefully I can help them too.
Yeah, life is happening for me, and it is for you too.
Yes.
Even the trials, they're happening for me.
For me.
So that I can learn and grow.
Not to me.
Yeah.
Out of that victim mindset.
Exactly. And we'll talk about, we haven't done that one, have we?
We haven't talked
Oh,
about
we
that.
did. We did on the first one, but we might not be running that first one.
Yeah.
We're deciding. We're still deciding on that.
We
Yeah.
just decided to jump into this.
Yeah.
You know, not knowing what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine.
So what do you think, wrapping up wise, what is there anything you want to include or?
The only thing, like, I feel like we talked about those things with the mind. Just there was two tools that really helped. And so that really helped me, that resonated with me. So I was thinking, I want to give you those.
The tools.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first one that we talked about was naming your brain.
Good. Let's do that.
So give your brain a name.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
It's a name you love and it's not negative.
Yes.
Because we love our brain trying to serve us. So you want to pick a name you love that you can say, oh, thanks, Becky. That's an interesting idea right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go this other direction, but thank you.
But it also helped me when we treated it almost like a child,
2-year-old.
like a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and the way you explained it to me, and if any of you have 2-year-olds, been around them, they're so often that they want your attention. They just, mom, just over and over and over until you are like, what do you need?
Yes.
And they're like, look.
Yeah.
And so to me, that one resonated with me because it was like my brain, whatever was going on, even if it was some story, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was starting to get, and then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, there she is. And she's just telling me a story. So I just sat and listened and I was like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Now go play.
Just acknowledge.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's all she needs.
Yeah.
She
just wanted to be acknowledged.
If it's her knee scraped her knee,
Yeah.
she just wants you to say, oh, that looks really ouchy. Are you okay? Let me kiss it.
Kiss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then off they play.
Yeah.
But if you ignore them, they get louder and louder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just acknowledge your brain as you would a 2-year-old.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I see your point there. I understand what you're telling me. Thank you.
Thank you. And then you could even chew on that. If you want to embrace it, you can.
Yeah.
If you don't, then just scoot it out.
Mm-hmm.
That one was helpful for me. And then the other one was, if you have a negative thought, imagine a friend calls you up and says these things about herself. I feel terrible. I did this and I can't keep up and there's so much, blah, whatever it is. She told me, what would you say to that friend?
Mm-hmm.
And you can use a name.
Yeah. And nurture her.
And she said, pull your phone out and voice record it. Because she's like, if you're at work, pull it out, pretend like you're on the phone and just say, hey, no, you are worth it. You're good. No, you're so good at, whatever it is. But say those things specifically.
You're doing the best you can.
Yeah.
You're amazing. You might list some of her great qualities.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you would to a friend. And then at the end of the day, go listen to all of those, write them down if you can, and then realize those are about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to and then you can read them or listen to them. You can listen to yourself saying those things, but you're talking about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
very powerful.
Yeah, that one was a little tougher for me to remember to do in the beginning, and so I haven't gone back and done it again, but it makes so much sense to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I've done exercises where somebody tells you all the things they don't like about themselves, and it breaks my heart.
Absolutely.
Because I look at them and I'm like,
you see them.
How can you see yourself that way? Because
Mm-hmm.
you are amazing to me. And so it did resonate with me because I've done exercises like that just break my heart when I hear people say those things about themselves. And so I had to turn it around and think, well, that I'm saying those things about myself.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Another way to create a resilient brain and to find the truth too.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I love it. I love those tools that you brought up today. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Hopefully those help you.
Yeah.
Test them out.
Yeah.
Try.
Just try them. And some will resonate and some won't. And some won't now, but they might in a year or two. So it's still great to learn the tools.
And that's one of the things that she keeps giving me all these tools. And some of them, they don't work. But then later, I'm like,
oh, I remember.
This one fits. I remember this and this will work in this situation. So they'll come.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come. That's one of the things she told me. Put them all in my tool belt.
That's right.
That's why I brought her. That's why she's here. One of the reasons, because she knows all the tools. And we'll be talking and she'll pull one out. I'm like, what? I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Or
so
she's
fun.
like, I already taught you that. I'm like, oh, I don't
remember.
Teach me again.
It didn't resonate.
It didn't, but now it is. Now I need it. So
cool.
So hopefully those help you. And we'll we're gonna put some more together for you. So thanks for being here with us. With what happens in here?
Yeah.
What happens in
It's
here?
here. Yeah.
In
What
here.
happens in here?
In here.
In here.
In here.
See ya.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
next time, guys. Mwah.